we've pretty much, I'd say we probably made it. If we could
Be Ricky Bobby and Cal Naughton at that point.
do shake and freaking bake.
Yeah.
Freaking, that's it. We'd be shake and bake at that point. Welcome to another episode of HF Nation Podcast, and today we have a special, call it the Jesse and Joe Show, first episode.
Installment. First installment.
Yeah. So appreciate y'all tuning in. Obviously, it's just me and Joseph. Jonathan and Joshua are out of town on vacation. I think it's Tennyson's birthday. They celebrated yesterday. I don't even know where Josh was at anymore. He was in California last time I checked.
Is he still in the United States? I don't know.
I have no idea. Now, earlier in the week, we discussed, Jonathan and them posted on Patreon questions for Joseph and I to go back and forth and ask each other to answer for you guys. So that's what we're going to kind of get into, Joseph. At this time, I'd like to request that we pull up your questions that you're going to ask me, and at this time, I'm going to pull up questions that I was supposed to ask you.
This is going to be good.
And I want to thank everybody for commenting, leaving their comments, and asking these questions. Taking time out of your day to do that, and just being a part of Patreon and interacting with us here on Patreon.
Who's going first?
I don't know. How should we do it? Do you want to ask me a question? I ask you a question?
Yeah.
I think that's how we need to do it.
Yeah.
I've been talking about this whole time. You start off and ask me a question.
All right. So, without further ado,
this is the here we go.
So,
and make sure you say who.
Yeah, the first question here is from Gareth McLaughlin, and we'd like to give a shout out to his wife Iris.
Hello,
shout
Iris.
out to Iris there.
Shout out Iris.
So here's a question for Jesse.
Oh crap!
Does it ever get awkward not being a joiner?
I don't know, man. Does it get awkward not being a joiner? No. I mean, I am my own person. I feel like, I have my part. I have my role here, and it's fine not being a joiner. Like, I don't look anything like any three of them. Like, it's pretty apparent I'm not a joiner.
Yeah.
No matter what announcers might announce my name as, they've called me Jesse Joyner. I think they called me Joseph Enterkin. Like they've literally at one racetrack they called me everything but my freaking name. But no, it doesn't. It's not really awkward. Doesn't really bother me. Like I said, I think I have my place and my role here, and I do my best to fulfill that.
So there you go. Good deal. So not awkward.
It's not awkward.
Okay.
Good. Jameson Heaney. Hopefully I said that right. All right. To ask Joseph, when will Jesse get the steak from last year's bet? Laugh out loud. Another note. Thank you, HTF. My package comes today for Patreon. So when do I get my steak that Joseph Joyner owes me from the most win? Bull crap. Beep. Beep. You beep. Yes, you do. You owe me a steak dinner out of Joseph Joyner's pocket.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I can't buy myself a steak dinner, so good luck with that.
Okay. Okay. All right, so that was that.
Yeah. So
Thanks for the question.
Probably not,
Jameson.
never.
I'm not going to get it. Let's face it, I'm not getting it. I did win more races than you, though. Fair and square.
It's not
Next question, Joseph. Oh, what were you going to say? Oh, it ain't hard to do when it's 6:02?
Leave me alone.
Yeah.
All right. This question is from Andrew Barber. Question for Jesse. Do you think being so well known at this early point in your racing career is a benefit or a detriment?
A little bit of both. I don't know. I feel like, whenever I show up to the track and they, people know that the equipment we have and they just assume that I'm going to be fast or I'm going to be good, right? Even though I'm a rookie. Like, I still am learning, and it kind of sucks because there's such high expectations. I feel like that's required, or not required, but just expected out of me. So in that regard, I'd say it kind of sucks to be well known. I'd say it's more of a detriment than a benefit.
I would agree.
I don't see where it benefits me. I mean, I guess it's cool. I'm a nobody. It's just started racing, and I have fans. I have T-shirts that are being sold. So, with that, I'd say that it's a little bit of both. I think it's a double-edged sword. That's my honest answer. It's a double-edged sword. It sucks on my end personally because of the expectations that I'm supposed to do really well. Everybody watches you, And it's like, I'm supposed to go out there and do the same thing. Well, you've been doing it for 20 years. And,
No, not
okay,
quite.
15. You've been doing it for 15 years. This is my, I'm a year and a half into a full racing season, I guess. So, double-edged sword. It goes both ways.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, so here's a question for Joseph from RCP935 Peak.
Okay.
Joseph, do you ever miss the dump truck, or are you pretty happy with the journey so far?
They must have never seen my dump truck.
Oh, boy. Holy crap.
I don't miss that thing. I guarantee you that.
That wasn't easy. That was too easy.
Sheesh, a big old money pit right
Listen
there.
to this. Okay, here's my story about his dump truck. I'd be talking to Joseph in the morning. I'd be going to work, calling him, asking him what he's doing. Oh, I'm dumping this gallon of oil in this thing. Are you changing the oil? No, it just burns about a gallon a day. I'm like,
No, leaks.
God bless.
Leaks, burns, wherever it goes. I don't know.
I was like, holy crap, man. That's a true story. Like, I'd be talking to him. I'm dumping some oil in this thing. How much oil you have put in? Oh, gallon and a half. Crap.
I just
Where
started,
does it go? I don't know.
I got to the point where I wouldn't even check it. I just get there in the morning and dump a gallon in it.
Jesus. That's pretty funny.
So, no, I don't miss the old dumper. Hopefully, I won't have to do none of that for a while.
Anytime soon.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. All right. So, this is a pretty good question here
Oh,
for
crap.
you here. Or probably for both of us, but it's for you here. So, Dana Jackson says, do you guys ever find it difficult to remain good friends after working so closely with Hunting Front, being by each other all the time?
This is a good question.
Yeah, I'm not your friend anymore.
I
We
swear,
just work together.
That's the truth. Like, me and Joseph will get so mad at each other, and like we do. There is times that we do actually get mad. I feel confident about, and we have our little spurts, and it's definitely not quite the same friendship that we had, I'd say, a few years ago. But it definitely, for me, I know that I really appreciate the times that I know that you, Kayla, and Bethany, we went out and just did friend stuff.
Yeah.
And I appreciated that. Like,
Right.
It was just, me and you going to being friends, and we're hanging out with our wives or significant others. And I know that I really appreciated that, enjoyed that, because we don't really get that
Yeah,
anymore.
I don't even remember the last time we did that.
It's been a while. It's been a
you
while.
know?
But we see each other every daggone day.
Right.
It's just under different circumstances. So I would say it has tested our friendship.
It's a little different.
It
I
does.
mean,
It's
used
testing.
to, you did your job, I did mine.
Yeah.
We talk on the phone probably
Yeah.
4 days out of the week.
Oh yeah. Sometimes we talk for a while.
yeah.
But
And then we'd hang out.
right.
You
As
know,
friends
yeah.
on the weekend when we
Because
could. Or,
now it's like, well, I just left him. I don't want to go.
I don't wanna see
wanna
him.
See him again.
Like, no, that's the truth. It's sad, but it's true.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say it is testing at times, and we definitely fuss and fight and give each other the what for, probably every day. So, okay, here's a question for you from Bobby Patterson. Do you think you will ever start running for points, and what series do you think you would want to run?
No, that's tough. I don't know. Points racing, especially in a touring series of any kind, it's just hard to do because
Commitment.
if you just look at the radar
That's true.
and there's a rain shower going to be at this track at 5:00 p.m. and you know it's going to rain out, you still got to go.
Still got to be there.
Because if it doesn't rain out,
You got to be there.
you got to be there.
Gotta get them points.
So that and just, I don't know. It's just tough to do. Just tough
Yeah.
to do. Like, it's just tough.
I mean, it's a huge commitment.
I'd love to. I'd love to just be able to just go and do it,
Okay.
but it's
Hypothetically, say we were to go do it, what series would you want to do it with at this time in our
I don't know. I probably wouldn't,
careers?
Probably wouldn't be looking at a national tour. I don't
wouldn't
think
so either.
That's just too big of a leap. I'd like to go do something we could be successful at. And then probably the only thing really to do would be like the Southern All Stars or something.
It sucks because what's appealing for the national is obviously their payouts are just better.
Yeah.
They make the trips more worthwhile. While the regional series, while that's more probably our speed as far as if you were to go chase a series, they just don't quite pay enough. The regional series that we have around here, that does make it tough. So all right, so if so the answer to the question, do you ever think you ever start running for points?
I think we'll do it at some point.
And if you did, you think it'd be
Probably
more
be
fitting
the
to do,
Southern All Stars to begin with,
or a series alike.
Yeah, or a series like, and then kind of just it depends on how things go. If we go and chase actual big national tour, I can't say that we will or not. It's just so much easier to go race for money without being committed to a tour these days.
All right. Jeff Geese or Geis, if I apologize. Hopefully it's one of those. Question for Joseph: has Jesse? This would be a good one. Here we go. I like this one. Has Jesse surprised / impressed you with his driving ability with having a short tenure in racing? Also, what are his biggest weaknesses as a driver that he has to overcome to be able to jump in the backup super one of these days?
Oh, gosh.
Robert, why you laughing?
All right.
So are you? The first question is: are you impressed, surprised or impressed with my driving ability after the short tenure in racing?
No, you got the best stuff you can get.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Look, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Like, you went out, most places you go and you run good. You go and you do what you need to do.
Yeah.
You done a really good job. So I wouldn't know.
Thanks,
I don't
pal.
really know if I'm surprised by it,
Or you just expect it?
or it's just like that's the way it should be. I'm not really 100% sure.
This goes back to the first question of being known a little bit.
Yeah.
You were expecting more
I don't
out
really
of
know.
me.
I don't really know. Like, I feel like, before all this got going, you've run some pure stock cars and some other cars, and
Right, the local division regular, just kind of racing.
I mean, I feel like you know how to drive a race car from the get-go, so you've kind of got to run some 602 stuff there and run good in that, and then, you're getting into the 604 stuff now and still hunting your first win with all that, but, you're running pretty good. I mean,
We're on speed.
Yeah, your own speed, and I feel like I kind of do expect that. Like, I just feel like if you were running the back, I'd be like, Jesse, come on, man, you're going to have to figure something out, But the way it is, I kind of do. I honestly, I kind of expect it. I don't really know why. I mean, from what I've seen
for the
of
little
you
bit
driving,
of experience that I have, why is it expected?
Even the little bit that you've drove in the pure stocks and the metric cars or whatever you've been running, it's like you know how to drive a race car from the very first time you run it. Like, it's like, okay, he's not doing too bad, and so you just kind of kept that whole swing going, and it hadn't been that bad the whole entire time. And it's like, well, at this point, it shouldn't be bad,
Right.
like. Not sitting here saying he should go set the world on fire or nothing, but going and running like a somewhat weekly 602 show or 604 show at Magnolia last weekend, 2 weeks ago. I feel like Jesse needs to go up here and compete for a podium or a win.
Yeah.
And that's what we were doing.
True.
So I do feel like that's the case.
So to answer the question, you are not surprised
I'm not
or
really
impressed
surprised
by my ability.
I'm impressed. I think it's good. I think you do a really good job.
All right. So to finish off this question, what are my biggest weaknesses as a driver that I have to overcome to be able to jump in the backup super one of these days?
Well, that's really two different questions.
Okay.
But
What's my biggest weakness as a driver?
Is yourself.
Okay.
Yep.
I will say I am getting a little bit more confident the more of these races I'm getting to do, and the names. I guess it's the names that I'm racing and that I see that I'm lining up next to a par on speed with. That I feel like, hey, maybe I do have the ability to do this. I just got to race more or get more. I think I'm learning that. I think that I'm learning. I just go out there and do it,
race car.
and then we're good.
Yeah.
I think I am learning that and getting more confidence.
Then as far as driving a supercar, I mean, that's fine, but you probably need to go win some 604 stuff first.
I agree.
I
agree. So there's a lot of people been saying that. And I think just to clear it up, do I think I'd go out there and wreck our supercar?
No,
I don't.
no.
I don't think I'd go out there and destroy our car. I think I'm smarter than that.
Just fine with it.
I think I'd make laps, but I don't think I would be competitive. I think that I do, like you say, want to go compete more in 604s. Maybe not win, but just go out there, run podiums, be consistent, get it figured out, win some races. Probably if you go out there and run podiums, that means you're going to probably win. You're gonna find yourself in victory lane.
Yep.
Do that for a while, and I'll be honest, I would love to go mash on a super one day.
Yeah.
and I think it's realistic that it could happen.
Yeah, sure it will. Just you just gotta just go with the how things
Climb that
climb
little
the ladder.
Climb
There you
that
go.
little ladder.
Climb the ladder. All right, here's a good one for you from Brandon. Says, when do you see Joseph getting his first national touring series win?
It's like
We want a specific date.
You want a specific date. All right, so I don't know that answer. I know that we're trying, and kind of like what I just said, you gotta go out there. Like I'm saying, you gotta go out there and race. You gotta be out there and racing and competing. You gotta be in the top threes. Now, how long it takes to do that, I don't know. I know that we are now getting to the point we have that equipment. I think my confidence in our program has went a little bit higher since we got our J. Dickens power plant. We got a new car. I mean, it's like I feel like we're getting those puzzle pieces that we need to do it. It's just a matter of going out there and racing and competing and doing it. There's guys that have been on the national tour. They've been doing it for years. National tour racing, doing it for years before they actually win. I mean, following a full schedule before they actually win a race. And we're doing it kind of hit and miss. Man, that's just a tough question, and I'll be honest, I don't know the answer to it. I think that we're getting close. I mean, we've had a couple top 10 runs with the National Touring Series. I think that's a start. I think we're getting there.
Mm-hmm.
I know we got close to a top 5 at Alltech one time, kind of faded there at the end. And those are the kind of runs that we got to have to do it. If I were to throw a number out there, and I'd say within the next 2 years. Like, I know that sounds crazy, and that sounds like a long time. Do we do it next year? It's very possible. I'd say within 2 years we'll win a national touring series.
Yeah,
I don't know. That's kind of it could be a stretch or it could be realistic. But that's my bet. I mean, it could happen sooner than I expect. But I mean, within 2 years, I would hope that we would win one. That's what I'll say.
Yeah, got to go to do it.
Do you feel like that's a reasonable answer?
Yeah, I do. And the thing is the way it's been is we just go and do like the bigger.
We go to these big races, or excuse my language, but we go to these races that everybody and their mom's at. Everybody that's somebody is there, and
we could be at some random Thursday night, and who knows where. Would be a lot easier to win.
Right. That's a national touring series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good one. It's a good one right here.
Looking forward to it, pal.
Dustin Allagood says,
I think that means Alley Good.
Alley Good.
Yeah.
Okay. What is y'all's go-to fast food chain while on the way to a race? Anything that's open.
Okay. Here's the thing about us, okay? We're the only thing about this. Where's the only place we can stop on the way to a race?
Truck stops.
A truck stop. At a truck stop, here's what you got. Arby's, some Chester's chicken, right?
Subway.
Or a Subway. Maybe a McDonald's if you're lucky.
Yeah, McDonald's.
If you're lucky. Like, I don't know. We don't see them very often.
That's it.
That's it, man. Like, and you just
Whatever
gotta
else
hope.
is at a truck stop.
And you just gotta hope that truck stop has a fast food joint in it,
Yeah,
or you're eating some Godfather's pizza.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, it's Godfather's pizza.
Yeah. I can tell you what I have grown to really, really like.
Okay.
At Love's. Usually most Pilots or Flying J's or TNA's, they don't really have them. But Love's usually has, most bigger Love's truck stops has a cold bar.
Oh, the center, the island?
And they have a chicken Caesar salad.
Okay.
That is off the chain. It's freaking good.
I just like they have like banana pudding. That's the same little bar that has like the banana pudding, the fruit cups, and all that other stuff, like the sandwiches pre-made. Yeah. All right. Big Dad Racing. How different is the J. Dickens power plant to the SB2s?
It's a lot more mild. You know, like the bottom part of the motor, like to get going, takes more. Like the SB2, you could give it a quarter inch of gas pedal and it's freaking wound up and it's ready to roll.
Yeah.
This thing here, you got a lot more throw involved.
It's
a lot more mild.
So it's forgiving. And
it'll still run.
And good power.
Yeah,
good power. Forgiving good power.
Yeah, it'll still run. It just, it's not like it just zings up
rips
quite like an SB2 does.
Yeah.
All right. Trevor Ruppel for Jesse. Do you ever sit back and reflect on your journey as well? You've mentioned that you ran your own car and had to bust your butt to stay competitive and run locally. Did you ever see yourself driving a late model? Is it something that you and Joseph would sit back and talk about as kids?
Okay, so my racing early consisted of there was an older gentleman that helped out around the shop for Joseph's racing, and helping out there, and his name was Darren, and
Just call him JD.
we call him JD though, old JD. He's a good solid guy, man. Do anything in the world for you. And he's helping out, got involved in the racing scene with Joseph, and helping with tires and just kind of just doing little things here and there. And he'd drive us to races. He had a dually truck, and he'd pull our trailer and take us off racing with Joseph. And he traded a car, traded a golf cart for a race-ready pure stock car, and he wanted me to drive it. So because he was around and I was around the shop, I think we brought it. I think we housed it at the shop.
Yeah.
Back then
Under the awning in the back.
Yeah, under the back. So we raced out of the back of Joseph and them shop there in Dirt Daddy's shop, and that's where we got started. And we did that for a little while. We won a couple races, and we just always broke and never finished races, and didn't really get to race a whole lot. And that kind of fizzled out, and I tried to do my own thing. And then that's when Bo helped me out quite a bit then, and I raced at a Bo shop. Blew up the motor, and then broke a rear end. Just one thing after another. Never could keep it together. And messed up the motor again after we got another motor. So that fizzled out. Just couldn't afford it. Like, couldn't really afford it.
Couldn't justify it.
Yeah, just couldn't really even didn't even really have time. I was trying to work a full-time job and having everything go wrong. There was just no way to keep up with it. And so that fizzled out. And then after that, just every now and then I'd get a phone call and people say, hey, come drive this, come drive that. I never thought I was going to drive a late model. I know it was at the Southern 100 one year. I drove a race car, and Jonathan told me, it was kind of toward the beginning of the Hunt the Front. He's like, one day if we can ever afford it, I'm going to put you in a late model. And, well, here we are. We're doing it. So, thanks to everybody that, that likes what we do and watches what we do, and obviously everyone here that's listening to us talk about it right now.
All right. Surely nobody's still listening.
Surely not.
Point.
Dude, we're over an hour. I still got like 5 questions. All right. Big Dad Racing.
Another one?
Another one from Big Dad Racing. Would you run the Summer National Hell Tour?
That it?
That's the question.
Oh. All of it?
He's asking you if you're going to go run it.
Oh, you're not going to go,
Oh,
Murray?
I'm not going to go. You can go. I'm not going to go. I mean, you can. I'm just kidding.
Oh, shoot. All of it?
I don't know. I think that's what he's saying.
Jeez. It's called the Hell Tour for a reason.
Yeah. It's hell.
Yeah.
I guarantee it.
Yeah, I guarantee it is. Yeah, I would. I'd love to.
Yeah, sign
me up.
Where do I sign? Oh, my God. Okay. Next.
Okay.
Oh, this is fun. Robert, are you having fun? Yeah, Robert's listening. All right.
Okay, so Winston Churchill, I'm not sure if it's the real Winston Churchill or not, but wants to know, how do y'all handle the fame now? Random people running up, knowing you, and you being clueless to who they are.
This was for me?
I mean, I guess
I think it's for us.
All of us, but
I think that in the beginning that it was kind of like a wow, like kind of a wow factor, and it's cool, and it still is cool. Like the coolness hasn't changed, but I guess it depends on when they come up and do that. Like if we're in the middle of the night racing and we got our heads wrapped around racing and trying to do our job at the racetrack, and that is to go race at the top of our ability, it could get a little annoying. But I don't know. It is bizarre that so many people in this world know who we are.
Yeah, yes.
That's
like, I can tell you what's so wild is when we get to the racetrack and we go to unload. And we're up there on the deck, and we're
we're just freaking yanking and snatching and pulling.
Look, and there's 50 people.
There's like an arc of people around behind the lift gate just watching us.
Like,
It's kind of like,
we better not do nothing stupid.
hey, y'all don't mess up.
Yeah.
There's 25, 30 people
You're
watching
probably
us right
on
now.
camera.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
It's cool.
Bizarre would be a
It
good
is
word.
great. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
bizarre. It's
Never would have thought I'd be somebody people
No.
wanted to see when I
No.
pulled up to the racetrack.
Nope.
I thought if I ever was racing races like what we race and being in the position we are, I'd be just somebody that nobody knew.
Yes. No one even know you were there at the end
Yeah.
of the night.
Yeah.
Kind of deal.
Who was that guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right. Next question. You got one more for me?
Yeah. I got one for you. I got one for you right here. It's a question for both of y'all.
Uh-oh.
This is from Trey Newport. Says, I know y'all have been friends for a long time, but what is your earliest memory of each other or moment where you were like, yup, that's my best friend?
I remember. I actually remember. Okay, I don't know if I'm like, yeah, that's my best friend. That's a good question. That's kind of tough. I wonder how far back you remember.
Yeah, I don't even know.
All right, so here's my memory. My best recollection is, I grew up riding four-wheelers, dirt roads, and, like I had four-wheelers as a kid as far back as I can remember. And it was in the third grade. Joseph's aunt was my teacher,
And my teacher as
which
well.
was also his teacher. So we met in the third grade. We had the same teacher, same class. And I remember we had a show and tell day, some sort of show and tell day at the elementary school. Joseph brought up his, I think it was his KTM or something. He had a motorcycle because he raced motorcycles. And I was kind of into that kind of thing, like racing, four-wheelers, motorcycles. Sure, I'm down with all of it, whatever. And I don't know. I just feel like we became friends during that period. And, obviously don't remember all the details.
Right. I
But
could probably say, like, from there, yeah, sure. And then probably a detail would be that we both quoted SpongeBob probably very well. And then it was like, yeah, this guy
is my
here.
friend.
Yeah.
This guy's my friend. He knows SpongeBob as good as I do.
Yeah.
Hell, we still quote SpongeBob when we kidding. We're damn near 30.
This is from Rowdy. What is your dreams or goals to complete your racing career?
For both of us? Okay, what is it for
Questions
you?
I'm asking you.
Oh, this is for me. Obviously, dreams and goals. All right, we talking big dreams, right? We have
Nothing other than the Daytona 500.
Okay, I wasn't thinking that. See, you lost me. I think a big dream, like this is big dreams. We have a 2 full team, super late model team, traveling and racing each other. Like me racing, you racing, maybe sometimes at the same place, maybe sometimes not. And we have 2 full teams. I think that'd be big.
Two separate
I mean, like we have two
units.
2 units, freaking 4 cars,
At least.
2, a couple of Jordans,
Mm-hmm.
maybe 4 of them.
Yeah.
And
That'd be
freaking going racing, dude. That'd be big dreams. That's like far out.
Yeah.
Big dreams, though.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I'd be kind of like, I'd say we probably made it. If we could,
Be Ricky Bobby and Cal Naughton at that point.
do shake and freaking bake.
Yeah.
Freaking, that's it. We'd be shake and bake at that point. That would be, that's big dreams, though, and that's me. I don't know.
Yeah,
if you could have 2 full units,
I'd
and 2
say
teams.
that would be after I won everything there was to win.
Okay,
in a dirt late model.
I'm not trying to wait that long. I ain't trying to wait
Well,
that
you
long.
done said it'd be 2 years.
Well, you think you're going to win everything in 2 years? All right. That's like the
Yeah.
10 year.
Yeah.
That's 10 years out, maybe.
Yeah.
I think that's fair. As long as we keep growing, and a lot of things got to go right.
Yes.
All right. Hey,
Yeah.
that's I think that
I
concludes.
think that's got it all.
That was fun. I enjoyed that. That was fun, and hopefully y'all enjoyed it. Hopefully, we've been live for about 2 freaking hours now, so hopefully you've
My ears are starting to hurt.
yeah,
from
hopefully
this thing.
you stayed tuned for this entire time, and thanks to everyone that threw all the questions out. And if we didn't get to your questions, we do apologize, but really appreciate everyone that took the time to ask questions, and maybe some of our answers kind of covered some of your questions as well. And hey, thanks for hanging out with us. We'll be
That was fun.
That was fun. We'll be at Sonoya Raceway coming up July 2nd for the Ultimate Series. All right. Hey, that's a wrap. How do you feel like our first, like without a host?
Dude, we did good. We did good.
Like they probably don't even
This
know
was
they're not
under
here.
control the whole
They probably
time.
don't even know they missed it.
Nah.
Oh, we're good. All right. Hey, thanks for hanging out. And Robert, cue the music. Wait, do we got music? Oh, all right.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Bye, everybody.
See ya.